Turns out one of my friends was a pedophile. It started with an offhand comment in our Discord server. Mr. A had been talking about age of consent laws across different countries, clinical at first, like he was reading from Wikipedia. Then he said something that made my stomach turn, technically in the Maldives. He trailed off with a laugh that didn't sound like a joke. I should have said something then. Instead, I told myself he was just being edgy, trying to get a reaction. Amba had 2 kids, 7 and 9. Mr. A had become a fixture at their house over the past year, always offering to babysit, always around during family gatherings. Amba and his wife seemed grateful for the help. We all thought he was just being a good friend. Then came the silence. 3 weeks without a word. When Mr. A finally resurfaced, we learned he'd inserted himself into another family's vacation, the Hendersons, who had 3 young kids. I wanted to help out, he'd told them. Give you 2 some alone time. When they got back, Henderson pulled me aside. His voice was quiet, controlled. My kids don't want to be around him anymore. They won't tell me why, but my daughter started crying when I mentioned his name. The screen share incident happened 2 weeks later. We were reviewing project files when his browser flashed across our screens for maybe 2 seconds. Long enough. The thumbnails were unmistakable. He kept talking like nothing happened, but the Discord voice channel went dead silent. Nobody knew what to say. Nobody said anything. My phone rang at 4:47 p.m. on a Tuesday. Amba's name on the screen. Have you heard from A? His voice was tight, stretched thin. He picked up Kai from school 2 hours ago. I've called 15 times. He's not answering. The drive to Mr. A's house took 12 minutes. Amba's truck was already in the driveway, driver's door still open. I heard shouting from inside, Amba's voice, raw and furious. When I reached the doorway, Amba had already pulled Kai away, his son wrapped in his arms. The boy was crying, shirt half buttoned wrong. Amba's fist connected with Mr. A's jaw with a sound I'll never forget. I called 911. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely hold the phone. The police arrived within minutes. Kai was taken to the hospital for examination. Mr. A was arrested on the scene, his face already swelling from Amba's fists. In the following days, more came out. The Henderson kids finally told their parents what happened on that trip. Other families came forward. There had been signs for years, we just hadn't wanted to see them. Amba held his son through the interviews, through the therapy sessions, through the nightmares. Our friend group fractured under the weight of what we'd failed to prevent. Some of us couldn't look at each other, knowing we'd all seen pieces of the pattern but hadn't connected them in time. Mr. A pleaded guilty to multiple charges. The courtroom was full of parents whose trust he'd exploited. Kai is doing better now, slowly, with professional help and a family that won't let him face this alone. Amba started a parents group in our community, teaching others to recognize warning signs we'd all missed. I think about that Discord conversation often. About the moment I chose to believe the best instead of trusting my instincts. About how evil relies on good people deciding that speaking up would be awkward, uncomfortable, or unfair.